We are, of course, having the Magnum and the Fidelity. What actually happened is the information-led operation by the National Counterintelligence, which have made our team to follow these suspects who are involved in cash in transit sites. I think you will recall on the 10th of May, we had in Don Park, where we had two suspects which were fatally wounded and AK-47 was recovered. This team, they work across the province for KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng. As they were following the information here in Gauteng, based on the attempted murder and cash in transit heist on the 14th of this month in Kingsley in KwaZulu-Natal. And we know, of course, that in Santen, the very same suspects, they have committed some robberies. As they come here on the off M2 highway, they started to engage the police or the law enforcement agency. The law enforcement agency retaliated. As a result, we had 5 fatalities or suspects who were fatally wounded, and we have recovered 1 AK-47 as well as the revolver. This is what we can report for now. One must indicate that this cash in transit, it is a problem nationally, and it is a problem within the two provinces, which is Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal, and to a certain extent, you know, your Northwest province.
PC, it's Heidi Jokas from ENCA. I just want to ask, can you confirm that they were traced and tracked all the way from KwaZulu-Natal? And are you looking for more suspects in this particular matter?
What one can say is that it's a follow-up as a result of attempted murder cash in transit for G4S in KwaZulu-Natal on the 14th of July this month, where the G4S motor vehicle was bombed. So based on that, the team from KwaZulu-Natal, as I've mentioned them, they were following that information, linking with our team in India. And of course, they coordinated with the TRT or Technical Response Team from KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng. And as a result of the intelligence information for our counter, they managed to follow them here. As I have indicated that these suspects, they were also linked, or they are also sort of involved in some crime scene in Gauteng, and hence the shooting ensued in India, and police retaliated, and we had this fatality, or we trotted 5 of them, of which we recovered 1 AK-47 and a revolver for now. That is what we can count for now.
Suspects? More suspects?
Suspects is 5 for now. One cannot overrule the linkages of the other suspects. As we know, the issues of cash in transit heist within South Africa or within the provinces is something which is, I would say, from time to time, these people, they emerge as they commit these crimes.
Commissioner, perhaps if you can just clarify, you're saying that they were involved in various crimes. Is it safe to say they maybe were wanted? Was there a warrant of arrest for them? Was there anything?
What we can confirm is that based on the vehicle, you can see the vehicle which they were driving in there. This vehicle have been linked with the previous crime scene, as I've indicated in Kingsley in KwaZulu-Natal. On the 14th, there was attempted murder and cash in transit heist, you know, the G4S. And this vehicle is the same vehicle which have been seen on that other crime scene. And you could also see when you check or when you look at the car, I'll say when you look at the car, as the crime scene, as the Criminal Record Center crime scene management, they have to further, examine the car. You can see there are some pieces of cash or notes which clearly indicate that one way or another, and then they've loaded the money. And then based on that, the KwaZulu-Natal team linked up with the team for Gauteng. And as they come here with the security company and the other law enforcement agency, and then they teamed up, and as they follow up, based on the intelligence-led information, and then we happen to have this crossfire. You'll recall that the Premier from time to time speaks about the most wanted suspects in Gauteng, which we are teaming up in terms of the cooperative agreement. This is one of the, I would say, the areas on which we are addressing as the law enforcement agencies in Gauteng with our role players or the security industries.
So they were wanted suspects, basically. You're confirming that they were wanted?
Yeah, I would say based on the intelligence-led information from KwaZulu-Natal, based on the car which they have been using. And this clearly link them up with the other crime scene, as I've indicated, the car on which they were using. It is based on the crime intelligence-led information, which ultimately made the team to follow them up until we had a crossfire. But what is critical is that at the end of the day, they engaged the police. Engaging the police, they did not engage the police with the broomsticks. They engaged the police with the firearms, of which we got the AK-47. I think that is what is critical. And ultimately, you know, your revolver. And hence I'm saying it is crime intelligence-led, as our national counterintelligence, they were on the forehead in terms of directing the operation, and hence these 5 fatalities.
So essentially, just to clarify, Commissioner, you're saying that you were following them because you wanted to engage them and they started firing?
Yes, of course. You could see the car is there. That car is there, and then it's having some of the suspects. Some of these suspects, they try to run out. You could see there is one suspect that other side outside. There's another suspect outside in there. So based on those interaction with the police, as they were firing at the police and the police retaliated, and hence we have these fatalities, or we have thwarted 5 of those suspects.
Priya from Beyond Cat. Are the other suspects that are still at large?
Well, it's something which we have to make a follow-up. As I've indicated on this question, that we cannot overrule the involvement of the other suspects, but time will tell as time goes on, as we proceed with the investigation.
I hope this is not a dumb question, but is the rain going to impact your investigation? Because it's raining cats and dogs.
This is something which one cannot prevent. It's you know, it's natural, and it's something which comes in, and then from time to time we attend crime scenes. This is not the first crime scene which we are attending, where you'll find that it is raining. We are capable of ensuring that we deal with this crime scene the way we're supposed to.
Okay, I just want to find out, you spoke about the fact that these suspects were coming from KZN and that there was an intelligence-led information. Does that mean the 2 provinces are actually working together to stop the cross-crime between the 2 provinces?
What I have been saying, I said that the suspects, they were involved in crimes in KwaZulu-Natal on the 14th of this month in Kingsley. This very same car, though they've used a different registration plate, is linked to that crime scene, not necessarily the suspects that are coming from KwaZulu-Natal. As we do more profiling, we can get to know as to say exactly where are they coming from. But the fact remains, it's as we are in South Africa, we have in 9 provinces. We work closely together, and this includes KwaZulu-Natal and the other provinces. But in this case, this is a collaboratives which we have with KwaZulu-Natal. I even cited that on the 10th of May, we had a similar operation with the very same team from KwaZulu-Natal, where there was a fatality for 2 suspects, those who were involved in a cash in transit heist, where we recovered 1 AK-47 and a pistol. So this shows that working together within these 2 provinces, but not excluding other provinces, as we are in South Africa.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks. That's the Provincial Police Commissioner.
That is the Provincial Commissioner, Tommy Mtombeni, speaking to us and giving us details about what is taking place here. Now, lady, I want to show you just that crime scene that is taking place behind me. We're going to try and show you that car, if you can see there. But basically, he's saying that what took place here is that we had some of the suspects that engaged the police and eventually ending up with 5 people that were fatally wounded because of that engagement that happened between the suspects. We understand that they were involved in another crime scene in KZN, and they were using a different number plate, we're told, but the vehicle could be identified from an intelligent-led information. So that's what the Provincial Commissioner is telling us, and he's saying that there is, of course, that communication and the work that is done by KwaZulu-Natal with Gauteng, but further than that, all provinces in the country, just ensuring that they work together.
Ngobile Madlala on that story, and of course it continues to be a crime scene, as you can see. But before I let you go, Ngobile, perhaps you can talk to me about just how much of the community was able to see all of this. Looking at the time, I mean, there still would have been quite a bit of movement when the shooting and the exchange did indeed happen, Ngobile.
Well, Naledi, from the space that we're in, I can confirm to you that it's a very busy area. It's a very busy intersection. It leads up to some of the shops here that people would go generally to try and get some good sales. It also leads up to a lot of factories that are around the area. So not only do you have people that are driving past here, going mainly to the south, which we know has a number of people in going that side, but also we have people that work within the area, so they would be privy to that. But what we know also is that no one else was affected by what has taken place. What we were told by the commissioner just before he was able to address is that this happened at about 6 o'clock. Now, it is a Thursday, and that's generally the time that everybody is trying to get home. So that would mean that when this was taking place, there would be some vehicles that were around, but it seems nobody was hurt during this time and during that exchange.
And obviously the cleanup still needing to take place in that area, as we can see that vehicle. And I'm not too sure of what we were seeing a little bit earlier, but some of those that have been fatally injured still very much on the scene, and not yet. The cleaning hasn't necessarily taken place just as yet. Mobile.
Well, at the moment, what we know is that because of that exchange that took place, Naledi, is that there are 3 different scenes within one scene. Commissioner just highlighting that there were various areas that they were basically looking at. But what we know is that that vehicle still has very much a lot that the police still needs to comb through as part of the evidence, and to sort of look in terms of what was taking place there, and to continue to investigate what may have been highlighted by that intelligent information coming from KZN with the work that is being done by Gauteng. So there's still very much a lot of work that needs to be done. As you can see, still cordoned off. We still have that yellow tape, which basically says not anyone who's not a cop can walk in. So the police are still coming through the scene, still investigating what exactly took place. But they are telling us that there were some notes that were found in a car. They did tell us that they're still looking, of course, in terms of what was taking place, but we know that there was also a gun that was used to try and fire or fend off the police, and unfortunately ending up with the suspect being fatally wounded.